back to Runaway Homestead. I'm Perry. It is October 19th and I'm up here in my shop to see what I can get into. And I'll show you one thing I got going over here by the wood stove. It's not quite cold enough, but it was a little cooler in here than it was outside. So let me walk over here so I can show you. I got this old aluminum pan that I put a little distance between it and the stove, and as I clean some of the frames from my bees, I am just melting down wax. The older, darker beeswax I use as fire starters in my stove. Got a little bit of kindling there, huh? Right now, project's going on. I'm still working on this pretty walnut slab here. Got a live edge all the way around it. And still don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Got my cedar bench with the resin inlay. It's supposed to be sold within the next 3 days. And I'm glad I need the room. And here on the lathe side, this is a big chunk of Osage, hedge apple, hedge iron, whatever you may want to call it. It's got a lot of little nooks and crannies, and so I'm thinking about doing a resin pour all the way around that. So those are just a few things going on. Trying my best to eliminate, reorganize. The older I get, the more I hate the clutter. I've always been a pack rat that I always think I might use this someday, and I've run across stuff that I've gone out and bought because I forgot I had it. So anyhow, that's a little bit of the crazy shop stuff going on for now, and I'll keep you up to date with what I'm into. I'm going to mix a little ruby red with some resin, and I chose to put that piece in this coffee can, and then after that I will put it in the pressure pot. I've never used this dye before, so I didn't have anything big enough to mix my resin in except a container that I had biscuits in. Let me puncture a hole in this. See if that does it enough for me. I have some micro pearl pigment that I will add to this. More red. Okay, so here this is in my pressure pot. You can see little bubbles still coming out. Took this over. I still had gloves on. I couldn't take my phone with me to record it. But I took this over and took my orbital sander and held it underneath this against this just to vibrate enough to work some of these air bubbles out. And hopefully what it doesn't get, the air pressure will. So I got to carry this over there and seal it up and then apply the pressure. My floor in my barn is far from level. So I've got to find some shims to put under the pot. I know this is kind of hard to see, but it's time to bring the pressure up. I've got the air hose hooked up to it, air tank pressured up. Okay, well, got her stable, level, pressurized. Cross my fingers, and I'll be back tomorrow somewhere around this time. I'll let it sit at least a full 24 hours, and we will open it up and see how that is, and then see what a struggle it's going to be to get that coffee can off. So I'll be anxiously awaiting. I hope you are too. Okay, it's the next day. Time to open up the pressure pot. That's what I've got so far. This part where this handle is probably going to be a little tough. Okay, that really wasn't bad at all, getting that out of there. You can see how the pearl came out in it. Now, to get it in the lathe, it's pretty daggone heavy. It may take me a while to get started with the turning on this. Hey, well, it's the next day, and I will show you my progress on this resin and Osage bowl. So, here's what we have so far, and it's just roughed. Got a tool mark there. This is where it was sitting in that coffee can. So, I'm about to get that turned out of it. And I don't know, you can see what it looks like when it's wet. And you can see the pearl that I added in with the red showing up. So I've still got at least another day's of turning just for the outside. Then I'll have to flip it around to hollow it out. Well, I want to show you all the progress so far on this Osage and resin bowl. You can see some of the polishing compound in a couple of little spots that I'll have to go back and get. But this is what I have so far with this Osage and the resin. And now it's time to flip it around and start hollowing out. I cut in a mortise on the bottom, and that's how I'll attach this to the scroll chuck and then start working on hollowing. Okay, another progress report. This is the other area that you can see light from on the inside. So, yeah, I've still got some cutting to do. Well, I was coming in to finish the video on my bowl, and I walked in to load everything and realized I hadn't finished the video. So let me show you how this bowl turned out. that's kind of translucent. Kim said a candle would sure look nice in this thing. So that's my first big resin pour, but I won't be so hesitant to do another one now. You can see the yellow from the Osage. Also, that little crevice right there popped up. It was real punky type wood. I think I'll take that back to the barn and fill it with CA glue. But pretty pleased overall for the first big project. Now I can go edit. Subscribe, please do. Ring the bell, share our videos, and just come hang out with us from time to time. Thanks from Runaway Homestead. There it is with a candle in it.